The girls from the unit are taking a shower and
Slow. Slow. Welcome back, my Avid anime addicts. Welcome back to another episode of
Anime Bunseki.
Of course, I'm your girl Saya.
And I'm Slow. So it's summer, and you know what that means. Beaches, sun, bikinis, spontaneous human combustion into demonic infernals.
Wait, what?
We're talking about Fire Force. Enen no shoboutai, literally translating to blazing firefighting corpse, is a Japanese shonen manga series written and illustrated by Atsushi Okubo. Some of you will know this is the same guy behind Soul Eater, which is one of my favorite animes. The Fire Force anime premiered on July 5th, 2019, and was produced by David Productions. This is the same studio that produced JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So everyone behind this anime is looking pretty good.
Now, I know a lot of people read the manga, but we won't jump ahead of the anime and ruin it for those who haven't. Right, Slow? Right, Slow?
Yeah. Hashtag manga readers master race.
Fire Force episode 1. Let's go!
The episode begins with a bright, warm, and colorful scene. It's a simple train ride with each passenger quietly minding their own business. Then this dude just spontaneously combusted. And I mean diarrhea spontaneous. That shit came out of nowhere.
Ew.
He didn't have a fever. He didn't show any signs of distress. This dude was just as shocked as us when he turned into an infernal.
So the alarms go off at the train station and they warned other passengers and civilians that a fire had broken out on the train. The other train carts are disconnected from the one set ablaze and it comes to a rolling stop in a train station.
Everyone ran in fear, except this guy with a creepy smile. He reeks of main protagonist.
As fire and smoke plumed out of the train, the vicious infernal showed itself, a flaming mass of rage.
But for some reason, this guy wasn't fazed. And as he took a stance to charge, his shoes started to burn and
the Special Fire Force showed up and pushed all civilians back, including him. These were the firefighters you call when the fire fight back. When water can't douse the flames. When humans turn into infernals. Who we gonna call?
Ghostbuster!
No. You call the Special Fire Force.
Right. Of course.
Anyways, the Fire Force consisted of 4 characters, one being a priestess. After an awesomely coordinated attack, the Inferno was put to rest. The wire supporting a speaker snapped, and it fell from the roof of the train station, falling directly towards the priestess.
But luckily, our main protagonist is a firebender. Yeah, Firelord Ozai would be proud.
This is Shinra Kutsakabe, nicknamed Devil, and he is a 3rd-generation fire soldier, and he had actually just enlisted in the Special Fire Force.
The next scene is Shinra's official first day at the unit, but he isn't impressed by the building.
After being greeted by the lieutenant and brought inside, David Studios decided to show off a bit of pristine visuals. It was either that or the episode needed to be padded for a few more seconds. Was that walk cycle really necessary?
Shinra is introduced to the captain and we start to get a feel for each character and their personality. The lieutenant seems to be the strict by the rules type. The captain is always working out and seems rather charismatic, jovial, and a bit carefree.
This scene explains why Shinra always has this creepy ass smile. As he explains, it's a nervous reaction for him to smile, and it even hints at the origin of Shinra's nickname Devil, pointing to an event that happened in his childhood. And because this is a shonen, of course, we know it must be a tragic backstory.
The girls from the unit are taking a shower and
Slow? Sigh. Oh my kami. Well, this scene, though short, was a bit of a fan service, I guess. The two girls are Iris, the priestess, and the seemingly girly goofball Maki.
Shinra gets his uniform and is adjusted to match his abilities. I'm not sure if this scene right here means Shinra X Maki, but I already ship it.
The captain explains the current breakdown of the plot, telling us how Infernals appeared out of nowhere and are considered the first generation, mindless monsters consumed by fire, and it's the job of the Fire Force to put them to rest, while trying to solve the mystery of spontaneous human combustion. The unit turn in for the night, and Shinra restlessly reflects on the past incident which involved his mother and brother.
Suddenly the alarm goes off, and the unit springs into action. This is where we get properly introduced. The captain is Akiharu Obi, and much to our surprise, he doesn't have any powers or special abilities apart from being a badass.
The priestess is Iris. She doesn't have any powers either. She's like the healer of the group, but with no healing abilities.
Next is Lieutenant Takehisha Hinawa, a second-generation pyrokinetic.
And Maki Ozi, also a second-generation pyrokinetic. Being second-generation means that they can manipulate flames but can't create them, kinda like Pyro in X-Men.
And of course, let's not forget our main protagonist, Shinra Kusakabe, who is a third-generation pyrokinetic, which means he can emit and control his own flames.
So, the unit hops into their transport vehicle, aptly named the Matchbox, and head to the scene of the fire. After the unit arrives, they liaise with the normal firefighters and learn that a store owner's wife had turned into an inferno.
After promising the store owner to put his wife to rest, the Blue Stripes head into the burning building. Though eager to be a hero, Shinra is completely paralyzed by the sight of the flames, as he once again has painful flashbacks of his past. Obi demonstrates some great leadership skills, comparing the bond of the unit to the blue rings on their uniforms. He raises the team's morale, bringing Shinra back to his feet. Maki clears the flames, creating a path for the team, when suddenly, a surge of flames spiral behind Shinra, and the Infernals attack, knocking Shinra out cold.
While unconscious, the memories haunting Shinra are fully revealed. His mother and brother died in a fire, and he was blamed for their death because of his pyrokinesis. But Shinra wasn't the cause of the fire, and he was sure he had seen something evil in the fire that took his family from him. Shinra regains consciousness a few seconds after, and the team prepares to counterattack.
I love how the lieutenant is a second-generation pyrokinetic, but instead of flames, he decided to use some real firepower. Get it? Firepower?
This is what I have to deal with, guys.
The ensuing action scene as the unit fights the Infernal is absolutely amazing. I'm not exaggerating when I say it reminds me of the first season of One Punch Man. You know, the season with the good animation? The movements are fluid and well-timed. There are no quick edits, no jump cuts, and you can almost feel the weight behind the attacks when they hit. But not to digress, the fight quickly comes to an end. As Iris nears the end of her prayer, Shinra charges at the Infernal, finishing it off with a kick to the chest at a well-timed Latam.
The team heads back out to a cheering crowd, and Shinra feels good. It's his first heroic deed.
And that was the first episode of Fire Force. For anyone that reads the manga, you know we have a lot more to look forward to. Be sure to check back with us next week for another episode. And remember, it doesn't have to end here. Continue discussing on Twitter with us, or consider checking out our Patreon page.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, why not leave a like and subscribe? Please comment and let us know if you enjoyed this and what other anime is currently on your watch list. All our links are in the description. Until next time, guys.